My wife Jennifer was perfect. Too perfect. After finding her memory box in the attic, I understood why. She'd been married 7 times before me, each identity crafted flawlessly. Rebecca Stone, the nurse who married a doctor. Vivian Black, the charity worker who married a philanthropist. Always targeting specific types of men, always ending within 2 years. The photos showed her transformation. Blonde for the banker, brunette for the tech CEO, redhead for the oil executive. But she'd made one mistake with me. She didn't know I was husband number 8's private investigator, hired to find his missing brother. His brother was her husband number 6. Welcome to the channel, where perfect marriages hide deadly secrets. If you're ready for a story of professional deception and serial matrimony, hit subscribe. Let me tell you how I discovered my wife was a black widow with 7 dead husbands behind her. My name is Brian Mitchell, 45 years old, private investigator specializing in missing persons cases in Portland, Oregon. I met Jennifer at a coffee shop in March 2023. Classic meet cute. She spilled her latte on my laptop. Apologetic, charming, insisted on paying for repairs. We exchanged numbers. First date was magical. She was everything I'd been looking for. Intelligent, beautiful, shared my love of hiking and mystery novels. Jennifer Carlisle, 35, freelance interior designer. Originally from Seattle, traveled extensively for work. No family, parents died in a car accident, only child. It explained her independence, her sadness around holidays. She moved in after 6 months. We married a year later in a small ceremony. She said she didn't have anyone to invite. I thought it was tragic. Now I know it was strategic. The warning signs were subtle. She was almost too perfect as a wife. Knew exactly what I needed before I asked. Adapted to my schedule seamlessly. Shared all my interests enthusiastically. Maybe too enthusiastically. When I mentioned loving Thai food, she suddenly knew everything about Thai cuisine. When I talked about sailing, she bought sailing magazines. Like she was studying for a role. But I was lonely after my divorce. Grateful for the attention. Jennifer made me feel special, chosen. She'd say things like, "I've been waiting my whole life for someone like you." I thought it was romantic. I didn't realize she meant it literally. She'd been waiting for someone exactly like me to walk into her trap. Everything changed in December 2024. A client hired me to find his missing brother. Gregory Walsh, investment banker, vanished in 2019 after marrying a woman named Vivian Black. Last seen in Portland before disappearing on a hiking trip. The client, Thomas Walsh, was convinced something had happened to him. Greg was an experienced hiker. He wouldn't just vanish. Thomas gave me a photo of Greg with his wife. My blood went cold. Vivian Black had dark hair, different makeup, but the bone structure was unmistakable. It was Jennifer, my wife. The woman sleeping next to me had been married to my client's brother 5 years ago, and he'd disappeared right after updating his life insurance with her as beneficiary. I kept my discovery quiet, started investigating carefully. Jennifer thought I was working a routine cheating spouse case. I was actually investigating her. Every client meeting was really research into her past. Every stackout was me meeting with Thomas to piece together the timeline. The deeper I dug, the more horrified I became. Vivian Black had appeared in Greg's life suddenly, married him within 8 months, and he died in a hiking accident 14 months later. Body never found, declared dead after extensive searching. She'd collected $2.8 million in life insurance and disappeared. The same pattern I'd soon discover repeated 7 times. January 2025. Jennifer was at a client meeting. I now wondered what she was really doing. I searched our house methodically. In the attic, behind old suitcases, I found it. A vintage trunk with a complex lock. My lock-picking skills from Pi work came in handy. Inside was Jennifer's real life. 7 wedding albums. 7 different women. All Jennifer. Rebecca Stone, 2008. Married Dr. Marcus Chon in San Francisco. Death certificate attached. Cardiac arrest. 2010. Age 34. Perfectly healthy before marriage. Insurance payout. $2.3 million. Photos showed Jennifer as a blonde nurse. Completely different persona. Linda Chun, 2011. Married tech CEO David Park in San Jose. Death certificate. Car accident, 2012. Brake failure on mountain road. Insurance. And inheritance, $4.1 million. Jennifer, as a brunette startup employee, thick glasses, nerdy appearance. The transformation was remarkable. Maria Rodriguez, 2013. Married oil executive James Murphy in Houston. Death. Drowning accident in Cancun, 2014. Body recovered. High alcohol content. Insurance and offshore accounts. $3.2 million. Jennifer as a fiery redhead, Latin accent in videos included in the box. Each identity was meticulously crafted. Language. Coaching receipts, accent reduction classes, certifications in various fields. She'd spent months becoming the perfect woman for each target. The nurse for the doctor, the techie for the CEO, the socialite for the oil executive. Acting classes, dialect coaching, even minor plastic surgery receipts. Susan Hart, 2015, married diplomat Robert Kim in Tokyo. Death. Food poisoning. 2016. Rare fish toxin. Insurance and investments. $2.7 million. Jennifer had learned Japanese, studied international relations, embedded herself in embassy culture. Photos showed her at diplomatic functions, playing the part perfectly. Emma Watson, 2017. Married banker Charles Brown in London. Death. Skiing accident in Switzerland, 2018. Avalanche in off-piste area. Insurance and hidden accounts. $5.3 million. Jennifer with a British accent in recordings. Upper-class mannerisms. Discussing polo and sailing like she'd been born to it. Vivian Black, 2019. Married Greg Walsh in Portland. Missing, presumed dead, 2020. Hiking accident. Insurance, $2.8 million. The one Thomas had hired me to investigate. The one that led me to this box of horrors. In the box was a laptop, password protected but not encrypted. My cybersecurity contact cracked it easily. What we found was terrifying. Jennifer was part of a network, the Black Widow Society, an online forum for women who specialized in marrying and murdering wealthy men. Dozens of members worldwide, sharing techniques, targets, alibis. Jennifer's username, Perfect Wife 7. Her posts detailed each marriage like a business report. Target acquisition, persona development, extraction timeline, profit margins. Other women commented with advice. Try oleander extract next time. Undetectable after 48 hours. Mountain accidents are overdone. Consider boating. It was murder as a cottage industry. Her latest posts were about me. Number 8 acquired. Portland Pie divorced, isolated. Net worth modest but sufficient. Life insurance increased to $3 million. Challenge. Investigative background. Solution. Play into hero complex. Damsel in distress angle. Timeline. 18 months max. I was just another mark. Another payday. The network had resources. Lawyers who specialized in quick marriages and insurance claims. Doctors who'd signed death certificates without questions. Even a cleanup crew for problematic situations. They'd been operating for over a decade. Hundreds of wealthy men dead, billions extracted. A hidden economy of murder. One post caught my attention. A complaint from 2018. Number 5 survived the avalanche. Had to abort. Left country. Total loss. Charles Brown, the banker, had lived. Jennifer's only failure. I had to find him. Using my Pi resources and the information from her laptop, I tracked him down. He was living in New Zealand under a different name. Our video call was revelatory. I knew something was wrong when she insisted on that specific ski run, Charles said. I'm an expert skier. That avalanche wasn't natural. When I dug myself out and saw her at the bottom, already on her phone, not even looking for me, ... I knew. I played dead, escaped the hospital, disappeared. Charles had spent years investigating Jennifer, or Emma, as he knew her. He'd found 2 of her previous identities, but hadn't connected the full network. She's not just a killer, he warned. She's a perfectionist. She becomes exactly what you need, reads you completely. By the time you realize something's wrong, you're already dying. He'd gathered evidence, but no one believed him. A traumatized avalanche survivor claiming his wife tried to kill him? He looked paranoid. But together, our evidence was overwhelming. 7 dead men, 1 survivor, 1 potential victim still breathing. Time to end Jennifer's career. I couldn't confront Jennifer immediately. She was too dangerous, too connected. One post mentioned husbands who discovered the truth. They died in sudden illnesses or accidents within days. I had to be smarter. I had to play her game. Better than she did. I continued being the perfect husband while secretly building my case. Installed hidden cameras, keystroke loggers, GPS trackers. Every moment documented. Jennifer's routine was precise. Client meetings were really planning. Sessions at various locations. She was already researching my accident, looking up remote hiking trails, studying my climbing experience, calculating survival odds. The hardest part was physical intimacy. Knowing she'd killed 7 men, was planning to kill me, yet having to kiss her goodnight. She'd test me constantly. You seem distracted lately, honey. Everything okay? I'd blame work stress, difficult cases. She'd offer comfort while her eyes calculated, analyzed, searched for deception. I found her kill kit hidden in her craft room. Various untraceable poisons, syringes, a gun registered to a dead person. Books on forensic countermeasures. Accident. Staging, body disposal. She was prepared for multiple scenarios. The hiking accident was plan A, but she had plans B through Z ready. I needed more than evidence. I needed a confession. Working with Charles and Thomas, we crafted a plan. Thomas would pose as a potential number 9, a wealthy tech entrepreneur, grieving his wife. We created an elaborate backstory, fake social media presence, even a Wikipedia page. The perfect target for Jennifer. I arranged for them to accidentally meet at a conference I knew Jennifer would attend. Thomas played his role perfectly. Vulnerable widower, no close family, substantial assets. Jennifer took the bait immediately. Within days, she was texting him, building rapport. I watched her work, saw how she adjusted her personality to match. His interests. The plan was simple. Get Jennifer to confess her methods to Thomas while being recorded. Then arrest her with federal agents standing by. But Jennifer was too careful. She sensed something, pulled back from Thomas. He seems too perfect, she told me one night. Like he's playing a role. Takes one to know one. We needed a new approach. Charles suggested using the Black Widow network against her. He still had access through a VPN. We posted as a senior member, calling for an emergency meeting. Someone was investigating the network, we claimed. Time to clean house, eliminate evidence. Jennifer took that bait. The meeting was set for an abandoned warehouse in Portland. Jennifer told me she had an overnight design consultation in Seattle. I followed her, FBI agents in support. The warehouse was wired for sound and video. 7 Black widows attended, including Jennifer. What followed was horrifying. They discussed their murders casually, like business strategies. Jennifer presented her record: 7 successes, 1 failure, 1 in progress. The pay is more challenging, she admitted. But his hero complex makes him vulnerable. He wants to save me from my tragic past. He'll die trying. They laughed. My death was a punchline, and the competition began. Each woman bragging about their methods, their profits, their body counts. Jennifer won with her transformation abilities. She demonstrated, becoming different women in minutes. The grieving widow, the adventurous partner, the supportive wife. Men see what they want to see, she explained. I just become their fantasy until they die. The FBI moved in when they started planning future murders. 7 arrests, including Jennifer. She saw me as they cuffed her. The mask finally dropped completely. No more perfect wife, just cold fury. Brian? How? Then understanding. You knew. How long? Since December, I said. Your husband number 6 was my client's brother. Jennifer's arrest triggered a global investigation. The Black Widow Society had chapters in 12 countries. Over 200 women involved, at least 500 men dead. The scope was staggering. Some had been operating for 20 years, mothers teaching daughters the trade. A generational murder enterprise. The evidence from Jennifer's laptop was crucial. Financial records, communication logs, murder planning documents. She'd kept everything, confident in her encryption. But she'd underestimated modern forensic technology and a determined husband who wanted to live. Her real name was Katerina Volkov, daughter of a Russian con artist, trained from childhood in deception. She'd entered the U.S. illegally at 18 already, married to her first victim. 20 years of killing, shape-shifting, accumulating wealth and bodies. A perfect predator. The trials were sensational. Jennifer tried to play victim, abused woman, forced into crime, manipulated by the network. But the evidence was overwhelming. Videos of her bragging about murders, detailed plans for my death, financial records showing $28 million accumulated from dead husbands. The jury didn't buy her act. Jennifer got 7 consecutive life sentences, 1 for each murder. No parole. The judge called her a predator of the worst kind, using love as a weapon. She showed no remorse, only anger at being caught. Even in Prison Orange, she tried to work her charm on guards, lawyers, anyone who might help her escape. The other Black Widows received similar sentences. The network was destroyed, but investigators warned others would rise. Lonely wealthy. Men will always be targets, the FBI agent said. And there will always be women willing to kill for money. A sobering thought. I struggled afterward. Therapy helped, but trusting anyone felt impossible. How do you date after your wife planned your murder? How do you believe in love when it was used to kill? Charles and I started a support group for Black Widow survivors. More men came forward. Those who'd suspected, escaped, or lost brothers, fathers, funds, and money was another issue. Jennifer's assets were seized, distributed to victims' families. But she'd hidden millions in cryptocurrency, offshore accounts, physical gold. Even from prison, she wouldn't reveal the locations. My retirement fund, she called it, for when I get out. She still believed she'd escaped out. It's been a year since Jennifer's arrest. I still work as a PI, but now I specialize in a different kind of missing person. Men who vanish after marrying mysterious women. I've found 12 more Black Widows, saved 8 potential victims. It's become my mission. I kept 1 photo from Jennifer's box, our wedding picture. Not from sentiment, but as a reminder In it, she looks radiant, the perfect bride. I look besotted, completely fooled. Now I see what I missed. The calculation in her eyes, the practiced smile, the performance. She was already planning my death as we cut the cake. Dating isn't happening. Trust is too broken. When women approach me, I analyze their motives, research their backgrounds, look for patterns. It's exhausting. Jennifer didn't just try to kill me. She killed my ability to believe in genuine affection. That might be her greatest crime, but I survived. Charles survived. Thomas got justice for his brother. The network is broken. Lives were saved. That has to count for something. Every black widow in prison is hundreds of men who won't die for. Love, it's not the happy ending I wanted, but it's the one that keeps people alive. My name is Brian Mitchell. I discovered my perfect wife was a serial killer with 7 dead husbands, and I was number 8. She was part of an international network of black widows who specialized in marrying and murdering wealthy men. I survived because her 6th victim was my client's brother, and my investigation revealed her true identity. To the men reading this, if she seems too perfect, she might be. If her past is vague, dig deeper. If she pushes for quick marriage, large insurance policies, or isolated vacations, be careful. The Black Widow Society is broken, but not extinct. There are still women who see marriage as a hunting license. To the families of victims, you weren't crazy. Your suspicions were valid. Those accidents weren't accidents. Your brothers, fathers, sons were murdered for money by women who specialized in being perfect until death did them part. I'm sorry we couldn't save them all. Jennifer, Katerina, will die in prison. But somewhere, another woman is reinventing herself, studying her target, becoming his perfect match. The black widows are real. They're hunting, and they're very, very good at what they do. I survived by luck, timing, and a client who wouldn't give up on his brother. Love shouldn't be lethal. Marriage shouldn't be murder. But for some, till death do us part is a business plan. I was almost part of that plan. Now I'm the one who stops it. That's my new identity. Not husband number 8, but the pie who hunts the hunters. It's not the life I planned, but it's the one that keeps me and others alive. The perfect wife was perfectly deadly, but imperfection saved my life.